Hey, this is Cindy and you're in my kitchen. This is Cornfield Farm and I hope to share with you one of my most favorite recipes. With it being garden season and time to plan out what we need and what we don't need, I had to go take stock of what's left in the freezer. And what I have quite a bit of is shredded zucchini. That's one of those things that we kind of grow way too much of every year, but I don't have the heart to throw it out. Plus, my boys really love zucchini bread. Regular zucchini bread and chocolate chip zucchini bread. So today I thought I would bring you along as we make our chocolate chip zucchini bread. Their absolute favorite is basically cake with a vegetable in it that you can't see and or taste. Anyway, I hope you like this and let me know in the comments if you make it and what you all think about it. If you'll be ready to pause the video, I'll go ahead and list the recipe ingredients here. As I go through them, I'll explain them again. The first thing that we need to do to get our bread mixed up is mix our wet ingredients together. So I'm going to start with 2 large eggs. They are at room temperature, and if you've seen my egg video, you will know that we do not crack eggs into ingredients. We always put them in a bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and crack an egg. Get it in my mixer. There's one. This is just habit, even though the bowl's empty from so many years. 2. All right. We're going to mix this up. The next thing that I want to add to my egg mixture is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I have that ready to go. And we want to go ahead and add 4 tablespoons of melted and cooled butter. So we're going to go ahead and pour that in our bowl. And get that mixing. The next thing we're going to add to our mixture is 3/4 cup of brown sugar. We're going to let that get mixed in really well. And then we'll start measuring and adding our dry. I almost forgot the oil. You can use coconut oil or canola oil, 1/4 cup. The next thing that I'm going to add is 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. We're going to get that mixed in before we add any more dry ingredients. The next thing that I'm going to add is a pinch of salt, 1/2 teaspoon or so of table salt. Sea salt, not table salt. And then I'm going to add my baking soda, which is 1 teaspoon. So we're going to get that measured out and put in our mix. And then I'm going to go ahead and measure out the flour while this is mixing up. 1 cup. All right, we're ready to add our flour. This is something that I typically want to add very slowly. So I'm going to turn the mixer on stir and just let it fall in a little bit at a time. And now I'm going to let it rip at full speed. Now I'm not sure if you can see how beautiful that is, but that is a beautiful chocolate base for this zucchini bread. Now I need to fold in the shredded zucchini. Oh, sorry, I almost dropped you. I need to fold in the shredded zucchini and the chocolate chips. Both of those I'm going to do by hand and not with the mixer. So let me grab the zucchini. Okay, if you're familiar with shredded zucchini, you know that it has tons of water in it. I usually just pour my 1.5 to 2 cups of shredded zucchini into a small strainer and let it sit while I'm mixing all the ingredients up. And then I will go ahead and put it in my chocolate mixture, and I just kind of break it up and fold it in. It doesn't have to be perfect. The last thing that we're going to add to this is chocolate chips. The recipe calls for 1 cup divided. Put 3/4 cup in the mixture. Sprinkle the remaining amount on top. I don't know if you've ever heard measure with your heart. but I measure chocolate chips with my heart. So that's what's going in next. We're gonna fold those in. It's kind of cheating having a zucchini bread that's this delicious. It's really like chocolate chip cake, if I'm being totally honest. Okay, our oven just beeped. It's at 350. So we're gonna go ahead and get our bread mixture into the loaf pan. Get this ready to go in the oven. It's gonna bake for 50 to 55 minutes, depending on your oven temperature. You'll want the stick that you know, a little knife or something, in the middle to make sure that it comes out clean. Can't leave that delicious chocolate in there. We gotta get it in our bread. The last thing we do before we put our bread in the oven is top it with chocolate chips. All right, and like I said, I measure chocolate chips with my heart. I don't judge you if you use a measuring cup. I also won't judge you if you measure with your heart like me. I love chocolate chips. All right, off to the oven we go for 50 to 55 minutes. All right, got our loaf out of the oven. It's ready to go. Looks delicious. Y'all, doesn't this look good? You know I want to go ahead and cut it because, I mean, why not? It's still hot, but I really shouldn't be cutting it right now. But just want to show you how delicious. Ooh, he's had steam. This is. It's got all those yummy chocolate chips. I can't wait to hear if you use up some of your extra zucchini to make this loaf of chocolate zucchini bread. All right, what did you think about that amazing looking loaf? Please let me know if you decide to make that, and if you do, what you thought about it.